Let's check out the Tower of London, everyone. Ooh, who are you? This is Sir Walsingham. He thinks I'm a courier. I want you to get a key from my man in the dungeon. Here's a coin for your trouble. Well, thank you, ghost man. I have no idea who you are. But I suppose it's nice that we'll just run errands for you. Creepy pictures on the walls. That statue looks like that evil man we saw earlier. Give this key to courier by order of Walsingham. We need a seal on it. So where are we going to get the seal? I have sealing wax. Now I just need to find his seal, and then I'll just smash it down. Something has to be assembled there, but what? And I need a shield, right? I mean, that looks like a shield. Perhaps I need to put these swords here. Not 100% sure what I'm doing here. What do you think, Hint Raven? Hint Raven says I need to grab the arrow. Arrow plus crossbow equals crossbow, right? So I've got a loaded crossbow. Beautiful. So do I use it somewhere? Sure, I use it to destroy the ceiling. And this gives us The Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare. Not to be confused with Shakespeare, apparently. Yeah, right now we're solving the mystery of who wrote Shakespeare's plays. Apparently, William Shakespeare is different from Shakespeare. Yeah, maybe, you know, William Shakespeare was just the editor and somebody else wrote the plays under the name Shakespeare. Ooh, signet ring. I can solve this puzzle, right? Yes! Puzzle, 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 puzzle. Solving time. Solving puzzles. Oh, hi, dude. Who are you? You're not welcome here without permission. I've got a permission letter. Oh, okay, I'll give you the key, but this isn't a good place. So who are you? You look like Hannibal. I'm Ingram. I'm Ingram. What is your mission? We stop threats to the Queen. Walsingham collects information. We know where all the skeletons are buried. So do you know a guy named Mark Twain? The guy who lived 250 years after you? Okay, so there are people who would time travel from the 1600s forward 250 years to stop Mark Twain. Wow, Mark Twain is a huge threat. Free me! Free me! Wasn't I supposed to give you an eye or something, you witch? My visions are no more free than my sister's. I've got a coin. Well, this is the twin of the witch from Macbeth. We saw her earlier. So she says she has an eye, she wants an eye, so we need to find an eyeball for that witch. And this is not a good-looking place. An arrest for Christopher Marlowe. He was a playwright who wrote a story about stuff. Yeah, I seem to remember in 7th grade, you know, my Shakespeare teacher told us that there's this fantastic playwright who would have been more famous than Shakespeare, who wrote great stuff, but he died, like, after writing his 2nd play, and so, yeah. So he didn't get to become famous. Shakespeare stole his rising star because Shakespeare got to live a long, full life. Although, I'm told if you read the early Shakespeare plays, they're crazy. Like, whatever the early plays are. Aw, man, there's the one play that everyone hates, and it's just like has murder every 3rd page or something. Yeah. And then there's the Timon, which is supposed to be a comedy, but most people don't read because it's not very good. Confession letter? In the name of the Queen, I confess the blasphemies. Thomas? Thomas, you just sold out your buddy, whoever his name is. Which is transportation is a broom, right? It's a broom. Eyeball! Okay, so we're looking for an eyeball. Here it is. And we'll give the eyeball to the witch. An evil was unleashed when Mark Twain pulled the veil of Shakespeare. It would reward those who would trade their souls for short-term gain. Go to the man at stage and make a trade. Ah, so Mark Twain apparently is like a time-traveling man of mystery who proved that Shakespeare was not really Shakespeare, but rather Shakespeare was Shakespeare. This is so confusing, but sure, let's just meet the man on stage. I don't see any man here. Here we go. Hey, Shakespeare. What do you have for me? Well, I have a manuscript. This will satiate my audience's thirst. Transport to my home's about to leave. Okay. Wait, is that the steamboat Pennsylvania which just got blown up? Okay, apparently it's not blown up anymore, and we are taking it to Shakespeare's home. Stratford, so that's where we are. Let's go to his house over here. On second thought, I don't want to go here at all. I do not think I am welcome here. I should probably go back home. Okay, let's just steal things, I suppose. The Last Will and Testament of Shakespeare. Oh my. Twain was right. Shakespeare is not the man who could have written the famous plays. The will leaves no books or an endowment to the arts or a manuscript. Anything I can do here? Nope. Okay, so I'm finished with his home, and apparently I'm going to rob his grave. That seems like a bad idea, like, cursed be those who moves my bones. So open Shakespeare's tombs. I have 2 of these things. Oh, but it looks like I need more coins in order to ruin Shakespeare's final resting place. The plaster of Shakespeare as a writer is a fraud added years later. The true art from this tomb depicts a wealthy gain merchant. Mark Twain wrote about this, and is Shakespeare dead? And it looks like I'm collecting these pieces so I can use them for a puzzle up over here. I need 8 pieces to fix the stained glass, and there's... Who's that on the right? Is that supposed to be Paul and Peter? Yeah, it looks like Saints Peter and Paul. Take the glass piece. Okay, glass piece here. And where's the final glass piece? Wow, that is a hard one to find. But now that we have them all, we just put them in place. Is this a puzzle? What is this puzzle? Okay. Oh, it's a jigsaw puzzle! I haven't seen one of those in a while. This looks pretty simple. Just put all your pieces into place. If a piece looks like it doesn't belong, then it probably doesn't. And that gives me a bunch of coins, a picture of Christopher Marlowe, and a chapel dedicated to Shakespeare. I think the ghosts have made their point. Christopher Marlowe, the guy who died too early, apparently did not die too early. He lived, and he wrote all of Shakespeare's plays and was not famous. Huh. Well, I wonder why he faked his own death and then went on to write plays under somebody else's name. It looks like we're solving a puzzle here. What is this a Venn diagram puzzle? I'm gonna need a hint here. Put each coin into the correct spot. Each coin has a unique mark that corresponds to its spot on the tomb. It's like this is for... Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is a combination puzzle. So this has lines. This has, I don't know what this circle does, but this circle... This is a combination of middle circle and down here, which is 4 dots. Wow, Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to solve this puzzle, so instead of solving this puzzle, I'm just going to grab my thingy here and read about Christopher Marlowe. So let's see what the truth is. Maybe Christopher Marlowe is not the Shakespeare writer. Maybe it was Francis Bacon who wrote all of the plays. Of course, it's also possible that, like 3 or 4 people wrote plays. I mean, come on, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different Shakespeare plays. Maybe somebody wrote the comedies, somebody wrote the early comedies, somebody wrote the good comedies, somebody wrote the early tragedies, and somebody wrote the good tragedies. So Marlowe was the foremost Elizabethan tragedian of his day. He greatly influenced William Shakespeare, who was born in the exact same year. Marlowe... Okay, Shakespeare was born in the exact same year, and Shakespeare took over Marlowe's mantle as best playwright ever after Marlowe's extremely mysterious early death. A warrant was issued for his arrest on May 18th, 1593, so he would have been 29 at the time. No reason was given. Wow, what? He was sentenced to arrest? Oh no, poor fellow. 10 days later, 2 days later, he was brought to court. 10 days later, he was stabbed to death. Nobody knows why he was stabbed or why he was arrested. Of the dramas attributed to him, Dato, Queen of Carthage, was his first, which was fantastic. His first real play was Tamburlaine the Great, about a conqueror. He wrote The Jewel of Malta, Edward II, Massacre at Paris, The Tragical History of the Life and Death of Dr. Faustus. And that was it. Okay, so apparently he wrote like 4 or 5 plays. Okay. And now that we've solved the puzzle, we have found a mouse. So it looks like Shakespeare's death were not greatly exaggerated. Yeah, so Shakespeare didn't really die, huh? Beware uncovered secrets, you may never know where they laid... Who are you, Sir Walsingham? Mark Twain, a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court. That was a pretty good book. Time to go home, I'll meet you at the boat in London. So are we going to do time traveling now, Mark Twain? I was one of the first to write about time travel. Now we are actually time traveling. Yes, a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's court is about, a man in the 1800s who was sent back to King Arthur's time. I think the 1600s? My home was my sanctuary until a shroud covered it. Find a way to get to my hilltop study. Our home is open to you. We have not seen Sam in some time, and we long to be a family once more. I hope you'll soothe his troubled soul. Come play with us! Sorry, creepy ghost children. I don't have time to play right now. I'm gonna have to fix your floor, aren't I? Oh man. Okay, looks like this is locked by a puzzle. Something about these symbols looks familiar. These are clearly numbers which are reflected upon each other. Yeah, those are clearly numbers. Hey, creepy children, our room is on the left. Mrs. Huddleston doesn't let us go upstairs. Unless you have something important to speak with me about, don't speak to me. Oil robber baron Damon Huddleston. Why was Mark Twain close friends with this guy who was such a bad guy? That's right. His money tain't yours and it tain't mine. Okay. Sure, let's... Yeah, okay. That was all just the setup for a joke. My husband loves us dearly, would break his soul if he should live beyond any of us. It'd be like the devil trying to break down his will. Naturally, the bedroom would be locked, so, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Whoa! I don't think I can play with the little children. Their room appears to be haunted. We'd so like to have a tea party. I would like to not die. That's what I would like. Yeah, I don't want to die while playing a scary video game. That would make for a really awkward tombstone. Okay, tea party. Here are your teacups. Here, have a tea party. We can't balance these without something to serve them on. Okay, fine. We're going to Tesla's lab. Tesla's lab? Why does Nikola Tesla have a lab here? Old riverboats like Clemens referred to floating branches as a sawyer. People who are familiar with river currents, like riverboat pilots, use them to send secret messages. And that's one to grow on. I owned Twain when I took over his shame and saved him from ruin. I want my trophy. Well, you have a gargoyle. I own Twain. Okay, so apparently this was Twain's rich buddy who saved him from ruin when Twain actually needed money. Investigate Tesla's lab. I'm still trying to find Tesla's lab. I want to position the numbers from 1 to 8. I can easily do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Problem. It doesn't really tell us where the starting place is. Perhaps if I do something like this. Counterclockwise. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. Okay. Am I gonna have to do this with every possible combination before I find the right one? Looks like it. No. Oh, Nikola Tesla, why did you make your lab so hard to get inside? Okay, what if it's like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Anyway, how's it going, Nick? Do you have the delivery for me? Nikola Tesla doesn't like to be kept waiting. Here's your glowing sphere, Mr. Tesla. There's lots of work to do. So why are you here? Mark Twain was a friend of mine. What do you know about parapsychology? Mark became interested after his brother's death. I figured that was ridiculous. Have you figured out how Mark died, or how Henry died? That was foul play at work, and I've set up an experiment to prove it. Okay, bye. You'll see for yourself that with the right placement of explosives, the exact damage to the riverboat can be done. So we have a replica of the Pennsylvania thing. Tesla is trying to make the point that I can re-blow this up. Okay, so if I put the bomb in the right spot, everything explodes. The only sections of the Pennsylvania that were destroyed are the ones represented by brown blocks. So I want to only hurt the brown blocks. Okay, what if I blow up like this? Alrighty, what if I blow up here? Down here? Oh, but it looks like no matter what I do, it has a destructive effect on the right-hand side. Like, some of these blocks are going to fall to the right. I mean, to the left. Yeah, this is proven to be a tricky puzzle. Like, it would look good there, and then all of a sudden it stopped looking good. What if I have a bomb that's just floating out in outer space? Well, apparently it's very, very, very easy to explode things here. That didn't seem to work. Yeah, this is a fun challenge, but it's too difficult for me. I don't see how there's any way for me to actually solve it besides using the skip button. And that seems to be a recurring problem with this game, is that too many puzzles require you to just skip button through everything. Ooh, that was good. That got almost everything except one block. One block was wrong. Evil entered Mark Twain's world the day the Pennsylvania exploded and killed Henry. It tried to corrupt his soul by making him think he could prevent a disaster. He's kind of a time traveler, so he probably could prevent a disaster. Now we've proven it's sabotage. Mark Twain wasn't responsible, and it should be clear he should feel better now. Thank you, time-traveling Nikola Tesla. Now we can save time-traveling Mark Twain. Oh, and apparently I was supposed to do stuff here. Oh, I was supposed to do hidden objects in Nikola Tesla's lab. Well, He didn't like Thomas Edison. They were not buddies. They were like competitors. That oil pump looks like the design of the riverboat engine room. I wonder if Nikola Tesla was whatever you call it, the one who blew up the boat. Wouldn't that be a plot twist? Yeah, that would be a plot twist. Nikola Tesla was time traveling to destroy his friend Mark Twain. In revenge for that failed typing machine, I guess. So we need to find a generator, we need to find some vacuum tubes, we need to find a beetle. I can find that. And photo negatives, those are, oh, those are not here, apparently. Ooh, I found something. Yeah, no, I'm definitely... Ooh, finding another piece of the floor. I need 5 pieces to finish the floor, so I'll be pretty much finished with the floor pretty soon, and that looks like a hint, so I'm going to grab it when my hint meter is full. Now I have 2 hints. Thank you. Photo negative there. Oh. Creepy. Creepy, and now I have to wait for the hint meter to fill up all the way again. In the meantime, I have a key, so presumably the key is for this locked bedroom here. Naturally, the bedroom would be locked to strangers. Well, I have a key, so I thought the key would... The key doesn't do that. The key, no, helps us over here. Not much to investigate here, apparently. And more hidden objects. Twain was the first writer to use a typewriter, and I've seen this machine before. Well, the opening scene of the game had like a ghost typewriter appearing in front of an author, presumably Mark Twain. And, you know, maybe that was just an evil typewriter which destroyed him. Wow, I'm doing so much better on this hidden object screen than, say, any of the others. So the memoirs of Ulysses S. Grant. What is Ulysses S. Grant doing here? And I need to find a cat and a hat. But not a cat in a hat. That would be silly. That is a hat, but not that type of hat I'm looking for. Here's the type of hat I'm looking for. And the item I'm looking for is a wedding ring. That looks like a wedding ring. I wonder why it's listed in blue. There we go. And we have another hint, so let's finish with this hidden objects challenge. There's lightning rod, and finally the voltmeter. Wow, how did I find the voltmeter that easily? And I couldn't find it at all yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean 2 minutes ago. So, looks like we're done with Nikola Tesla's lab for now. Ha-ha! Yes! Now we can solve this puzzle. It's a jigsaw puzzle. I haven't seen one of those in a while. So I'm guessing with this puzzle, I just put... Wow. Yeah! I'm liking this! This is a tricky, clever puzzle. Ooh. So we want the design to repeat itself naturally, wouldn't we? So for a piece... Let's figure out what piece could possibly fit here in the bottom left. This piece doesn't really fit because it's not... Oh! It does! Never mind. That piece fits perfectly. And that piece fits perfectly. Meaning that piece fits there. That piece... And these 2 pieces fit in these respective spots, giving me a thing. And I still haven't solved this puzzle. It looks like a music puzzle. Wow. That was simple. That leads me to this room over here, where we have just a bunch of junk and nothing I can look at right now. Back over here, I presume I need my cue stick and the ball, and I want to get every single ball into a pocket. So, shoot! Okay, how do I shoot my ball? The game has not explained how I actually shoot the cue ball here. Okay, because I'm clicking. Ooh, I did it! How? Okay, so I click and move the stick back, and then I hit it. Okay. Okay. Okay, not bad. if I can make a tricky shot like this. That's not a tricky shot, that's a really straightforward shot. And it looks like I won't be able to get a ball in more than one hole, so I have 6 balls in total. Each ball needs to go in a different hole. Okay, yeah, this looks like a fun challenge, and I'll solve it in the next video.